Under yellow, we're back live at Richmond. What a shootout we're going to have. 125, now 126 laps of 134 in the book. Keeker continues to chase down the Hewitt car. Hewitt leads in number 63, third place. Number 61 is Randy Tolsma as the number 70 car of Gene Lee Gibson being pushed back to the pit area. And we talked about Tolsma running in third. Gary Howard, his car owner, is with our Dave Despain.
Well, they got the break that they needed from the yellow. The tire strategy seems to have worked out perfectly for you, Gary. Now the question is, can you get around them here? You got 2 lap cars to deal with first. Can you pass them and win the race?
Yeah, I think we can, Dave. He's got a lot left in the car. He's been trying to save the tire. Unfortunately, we had a tire go out of balance. We had a pit, but we got it back in the same lap. The V6s, I think, are going to be down in momentum for a couple laps, and Randy knows what to do, and I think we can get him.
He's going to jump at him right off the get-go, isn't it? He going to stall around, is he?
He's definitely going to be on the gas.
Okay, man, thanks. That's Gary Howard. He's the car owner. The key thing in that, I think, was that the tire strategy was not really strategy. That tire did go out of balance, so they had no choice but to make that change, and as it turns out, it's really helped him in the end.
Well, but we have at least, what, 2 more laps under the yellow because we still have an emergency truck or 2 on this racetrack. There's a look at the Spies-Hecker car. That's a German auto finish, auto paint Spies-Hecker car 61. 7 laps to go. And again, there are 2-lap cars now between second and third.
Yeah, and it's going to be very interesting to see what look at Keeker's car. Keeker's car is smoking.
Boy, indeed it is. Look off the left rear. It is smoking. That is Davey Hamilton right behind Keeker, and right behind Hamilton is the number 12 car of Bloom. Those are the 2 lap cars now between first and make that second and third. There's a look at second place. That's number 20. That's Keeker. Now watch for that smoke off the left rear. There's Davey Hamilton. Hamilton's a lap down. That's the Stan Fox ride, the Petro shopping stopping center entry.
Jeff Bloom is
number 12. But again, he's a lap down. And there is third place, Randy Tolsma.
Tolsma, of course, looks to have the best chance to catch him. There's Dave Darland, who is in 4th position, who's driven a terrific race. Chuck Gurney also driven a great race back there. You know, these first 5 or 6 guys, the 18 car, Tony Elliott, right behind Chuck Gurney. I mean, we haven't said much about him, but he's been hanging around in 5th, 6th, 7th position all night long. And Tony Stewart, he's got to be the most disappointed guy because he looked like he had things really going his way. But after that last yellow, he just didn't get things going again. I don't know whether he's got a tire problem or what happened, but he never did get going again after that last yellow.
Well, there is 1 lap before we go green. So Tolsma, the only leader to pit under the caution and not lose a lap. He's only one of the lead cars, and he's in 3rd position right now. As we told you, that was a necessary pit stop. That was not calculated. It was not planned. So how much right rear do we have? We have some smoke showing from the 20 car. We're going to go green. On the completion of lap 30, we'll have 4 laps.
Here we go. Keeker tries to get to the outside. Most of the lap cars are hanging down to the inside, trying to stay out of the way. But Keeker, look at, he got around him. Tolsma snuck right around him on the inside. Keeker got a terrible break back there. He got way to the back. Dave Darland's right behind him right now. Keeker's got a problem. Keeker's falling backwards.
Well, of course, we talked about that smoke, so it shows up on the restart.
Right there, Gurney's back up front. Keeker,
he's in 3rd. Gurney goes up to 3rd now.
Darland just went around him. So obviously Jimmy Keeker got a problem on that yellow flag. But look up front. Look at the first couple of guys. Really, right there, the V8. Randy Tolsma trying to chase down the Ford V6 of Jack Hewitt. And believe me,
it's going to be a 2-lap trophy dash. Here it is. They're going to put a positive spin on a negative situation when they had to make that pit stop. Tire out of balance down the backstretch. Car lane between first and second into the 14-degree banking. Hey, Hewitt goes up high, and here comes Tolsma on the low side. They almost get together. There's the white flag. 1 lap to go. Can Jack Hewitt from Troy, Ohio, win his first ever race on pavement in the Silver Crown Cup?
Jack Hewitt doesn't give up easy. He'll do just about anything he can do to keep him behind him. I guarantee he doesn't like to lose races. And Randy Tolsma's going to have to pull a trick out of the bag if he wants to get around him. Can't do it there.
Oh, they almost got together. Tolsma won an IRP a couple of years ago in a battle like this with Bliss, and there is the checkered flag for Hewitt. Hewitt does it. They talk about the T-shirt that read "Do It, Hewitt." Well, he did it this evening, and what a convincing ride from the back of the pack. He came from 11th starting position in the last chance race, won that one, had to start 23rd in this event, and had to hold off Tolsma on the last lap.
I'll tell you what, he drove one heck of a race. He did. He drove that thing sideways. He drove it every which way, but he drove it to the front, and that's what he had to do. Terrific job by Jack Hewitt. Tolsma coming clear back through the whole pack. He had about 20 cars he had to get through to get back up to second place. Chuck Gurney, he started up front. He ran a good race to run in third. And Dave Darlin, he ran fourth in a race car that he's only driven a couple of times. Terrific, terrific race by all these first 4 or 5 guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, these fans have been treated to an excellent race here. As you can see, the helmet came off long before he ever brought the car back to the pit area. So we'll take this break and come back and visit with our winner, Jack Hewitt.
Hey, we're back. We're live at Richmond. Just for fun, we started the program back about where Jack Hewitt started the race and walked all the way to the front. And my feet hurt by the time I got there. He was so far back. You started 11th in the last chance, 23rd in the feature. Did you really think you could pass the field and win this thing?
No, when you got Jim Keeker and guys like that up front, you know, you just got to hope that you get a few breaks and get up toward the front. We had a hard enough tire on. We practiced all day with a hard one. And it worked for us. You know, I will abuse the tires, so...
no.
Just a little bit.
Well, listen, it was an incredible ride. I want to know about this car now, and about your pavement experience specifically. We've been trying to figure out, have you ever won a race on pavement before?
Yeah, I've won 2 all-star races and a midget race.
Oh, well, you're an old veteran of this pavement stuff, and so you just drove it around like a dirt car, and I want to know about the pass for the lead. We got some videotape of it. We're going to take another look at it. I want you to tell me about that pass. That was pretty exciting.
Well, you know, Jim had been coaching me after we qualified, or after he qualified. We had a little trouble, and he knew I was going to take it into 1. And by him being an asphalt veteran, he just let me screw up, and he went right back under me again. He made me look foolish, but he was racing.
Well, in the end, you're the guy who takes home the big prize. Down here in Richmond, kind of fun to come to a new part of the country, show these people this kind of racing, and have you put on such a spectacular show. How does this rank in terms of your career victories? Is this a big one for you?
Well, this is a big one. You know, it's I think our 4th race with 6R Racing Team. We picked up DuPont Racing this year. We've got Dillon Chevrolet, which we're running a Ford motor, which is unbelievable. You know, we've got a V6 on the pavement, a V8 on the dirt, and with Ford being in there, and Bob Hampshire and I, we've been together so long now, we're like the same pair of shoes, you know. We've just got a great team, and what can I say?
That was a terrific run, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and thanks to everybody from here. You know, coming down to Virginia to win a race, they always say it's for lovers, and I think my wife's going to get excited now.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I'll tell you what, Virginia is for racers. This cat right here is one heck of a racer. Let's go back topside.
Well, Larry Rice, I tell you what, I certainly enjoyed that race. What a tremendous drive by Jack Hewitt out of Troy, Ohio. He wins it. Randy Tolsma had a shot at the very end, but Jack slammed the door for the victory. Chuck Gurney took 3rd. Dave Darlin was 4th, and rounding out the top 5 was Tony Stewart as the victory lane antics continue. The celebrating continues down there, and our congratulations to Jack Hewitt. Back live at Richmond, where Jack Hewitt has just won for the first time in pavement Silver Crown competition, a 2-time Silver Crown titleist. Randy Tolsma takes 2nd, Chuck Gurney 3rd, Dave Darlin 4th, Tony Stewart is 5th. I think we can give you the top 10. Yeah, we can. Tony Elliott, Jim Keeker, David Steele, Johnny Parsons, and Richard Griffin rounding out the top 10. And I think Dave has a guy that I want to hear from. He finished 2nd, Dave.
You talk about a guy who climbed the ladder in a hurry there at the end of the race. Randy Tolsma sure took a shot at him. That fresh right rear helped you come through the traffic pretty good. Let's talk about that part of it first. Did you think then you could get to the front?
Well, you know, we certainly didn't plan on making a tire stop, but I got a tire vibration, you know, about lap 40, and we were just looking for a yellow to go. I thought maybe I could hang on, but I couldn't. The crew did a fabulous job coming in. We hadn't ever rehearsed a pit stop, so the Spieshecker team just did fabulous in the pits. Got me back out there. I didn't know for sure, you know, where we were at and who I had to pass, but I knew if I could get out front by myself, I'd be leading, and that's what we tried to do.
You got the yellow right at the end when you needed it, closed up, blew by Keeker, who had a problem, and then just couldn't get around him. The old guy was tough, wasn't he?
Yeah, everything worked in my favor other than that white flag coming out a couple of laps earlier than I wanted it to. You know, we knew we were getting towards the end of the race, and I had to make the moves quick, but that white flag came out, and, you know, Jack was pushing off the corner a little bit, and I saw that weak spot, and I tried to get him going in, where maybe I should have been a little bit more patient and tried him coming off, but hopefully we gave the fans one good battle, and happy Father's Day to my dad and my father-in-law, and we tried awful hard and we came awful close, but we're awfully satisfied with where we're at.
Hey, half the fun is reliving it over and over again, thinking about what I would have done, could have done, should have done. It was a terrific run. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I thank ESPN for having us, and we're just glad to be here.
Randy Tolsma helping to put on a heck of a show here this evening. Well, the Silver Crown cars, ladies and gentlemen, are history, and what a show it was. I don't want my camera guy to get run over here. I guess we're okay. Yeah, let's move over this way a little bit, because we have still to come the F2000 cars. Now, this is USAC's training ground for the IndyCar stars of the future. They're terrific little race cars and interesting racing drivers, and they've had a pretty interesting series so far. Let's go back and reset what's happened thus far with Gary Lee.
Although only a rookie, 24-year-old Memo Gidley has been the man to beat in this year's United States Formula Ford 2000 National Championship. The season began in early May when Phoenix International Raceway hosted a doubleheader. 52 cars took the green flag, but before they could get to the first turn, 10 do it was sideways, creating quite a traffic jam. The finish proved to be rather exciting as well. Just 2 turns from the checkered flag, Lance Norrick, the 26-year-old son of the mayor of Oklahoma City, made this daring pass to take the lead and the win. In the second race of the weekend, Gidley held off old rival Jimmy Kianis to take the victory. Race number 3 was at Indianapolis Raceway Park in the 50th annual night before the 500. Gidley started from the pole and, despite a red flag for rain, led from green to checkered in recording his second win of the year.
Gidley leading in the points as these cars... Hello, Dave says he's on camera. We're kind of strolling down this way. We were enjoying that victory party with you at a fair amount. Let's stop here. I don't want to wear this guy out. This is the guy who had to walk all that way at the top of the show to get from Hewitt's starting spot up to the pole. Keeker, who had the problem. Over there, the F2000 cars are staged, and very quickly, we're going to turn them loose for their 50-lapper. We are having a ball on Thunder on Saturday night. We're going to be back with more live from Richmond right after this timeout.